Good morning, YouTube. My name is Heather, and this is my channel, Mama in Motion. I'm on a journey to lose 100 pounds post-hysterectomy, and that occurred back in October of 2021. So it's been a year since my hysterectomy, and I decided I wanted to start losing weight back in June. So I have been on this journey since June, and I'm going to share my weight loss results from my last weigh-in toward the end of the video. So if you're interested in that part, you can find it in the chapter titles down below and just click where you want to see the progress results. But if you want to hang out with me, I'm going to spill some tea about myself while I'm drinking tea, the classic thing that they do on YouTube, it seems. And I'm going to share some stuff about my mental health, the struggles I've been dealing with, along with going over the recipe for fajitas that I really enjoy eating. I've modified my fajita recipe into a salad, and I thought that somebody else may enjoy it, and so I wanted to share it. It's pretty easy to make, and so I'll share that, and then we'll go through my weekly weigh-in. So that's the plan. I wanted to share a little bit about myself. It's not really easy for me to talk about, honestly, because it's pretty stigmatized. His mental health things were pretty highly stigmatized as I was growing up. I mean, you didn't really talk about having depression or having mental health issues. I didn't know I had depression until I was around 20 years old and I was diagnosed with it. And since then... Wow, my cat was just growling. I don't know if the mic picked that up, but my cat was growling at my other cat. So anyways, off track here now. So I was diagnosed with depression when I was around 20 years old, and I was later diagnosed with bipolar 1 disorder, and I also deal with anxiety. All of which are not an easy combination, but you know, I keep going. I'm honestly supposed to be on medications for my bipolar and depression, and I've only been taking the Prozac for my depression right now and not the Abilify for my bipolar disorder, and I can definitely tell that some agitation and symptoms of bipolar, like mania and things like that, are starting to creep back into my life. And I may not be suffering so much with the depression part of it right now, which isn't necessarily a good thing because it usually means that it's going to come on soon. And I really just need to get the help that I need to get my medications refilled. But it's like hard sometimes because I really want to see a new therapist, and I have to schedule that appointment and go through all the paperwork and the process of introducing myself and getting to know a new person, and it seems like a daunting task, but I'm getting to a point where I can't ignore the fact that I'm going to slide downhill quickly if I don't get the help that I need. And it really sucks. It just sucks. It sucks to be in a position where you need help like that so that you can function normally, but it's really important to get that help when you know you need it and not to ignore it. And that's where I'm at right now. I don't want it to get worse and just keep building up like a snowball, building up momentum. So I really have to deal with it, and I have to get the help that I need, and I'm like trying to hold myself accountable. So what else did I want to talk about? Oh, along with that stuff, I don't know about you, but I also suffer with imposter syndrome, where I think like everything I do isn't good enough. Like, I'm ultimately a really positive person because I'm choosing to be a positive person. I'm not naturally like this. I'm pretty pessimistic naturally and negative, and I've always focused on negative things. I've been through a lot of stuff in my life, and it's just built me into a sort of a negative person on the inside, but last year when I was on my first weight loss journey, I was on a journey for self-love and improvement, and I learned a lot about mental health and just like owning it and not letting like small things ruin my day. So there's a lot of things that I've changed that have made me be a more positive person, and I am more positive, and I'm more positive on the inside too. Like, excuse me, I'm always touching my mic, but I'm more positive in my brain now because I tell myself more positive things. I really like self-affirmations and things like that. I've done a few like mental health type challenges, like with Lady Boss last year when I was on my first weight loss journey. I did like 3 of the 28-day challenges with Lady Boss, I think 2 or 3, I don't know. I learned a lot about how to change the mindset and focus on better things, and it's really helped. I've endured a lot of surgeries, and it just gets really tiring and hard sometimes to live in this body, and that's why I want to change my body, is so it's easier to live in, and all my organs aren't being smushed together by fat, and then I'd be less likely to have adhesions between my organs, which I've already had surgery to remove adhesions, and I do not want to go through having scar tissue and stuff build up inside to the point where it's painful. But that may be my future. But if I can reduce that by getting rid of visceral fat, that is my plan. That is my ultimate goal to losing weight loss, is to get rid of this visceral fat. And that is the fat that is inside your tummy, and it's strangling all your organs. So I've seen it in my photos where when the doctor was inside of me, I've seen the fat around my organs, yellow stuff, yellow gross looking stuff. And it's just like, my husband was like, what's all that yellow stuff? And my doctor was like, oh, we don't ever talk about that in front of a lady. And my husband was like, what? And we were like, what? And he was like, my doctor said, that's fat. And yeah, and so it was like, oh, there was a lot of fat in there inside whenever he was looking inside with the little scope when he was doing the laparoscopic surgery. So yeah, I really want to reduce that. I'm working on it, and so I need to get the help that I need. I also okay I also wanted to talk about the challenge that I was going to start in October. On October 3rd, I was going to start a challenge with 70 Pounds of Life. Her channel is called 70 Pounds of Life. She's doing a 4-week commitment challenge. I think I'm still going to jump in and start participating in that because, like, why not? Why do I have to just give up on the challenge because I failed at getting started at a time that I determined I needed to get started at, right? I can still jump in and enjoy the last 2.5 weeks of the challenge. I need to remember that. I need to get back into a routine. The pleurisy really threw me off, but I am getting better from the pleurisy. I've worked out a few times in the last week, and it was really good. I actually worked out on my bike for a whole hour the other night while watching Only Murders in the Building. So that was a nice way to pass the time. And the night before that, I did an arm and ab workout with Fit by Mick. So I've just been kind of easing back into activities. And I feel like I'm getting sick right now. I'm not really sure. I didn't get a lot of sleep last night. And it could just be that I'm having some stuffiness because I didn't have enough sleep, and it's been cold in our house. We haven't turned on any heater yet to warm anything, so it's been getting down to about 40, I think, at night, and it gets pretty chilly in the house, so we've all been bundling up, but the air is cold, and I don't know if, like, I have a scratchy throat and a stuffy nose because of the cold that we've been breathing in, or because I'm legitimately getting sick. So, plus I only got about 4.5 hours of sleep. I was up really early this morning for some reason, and I stayed up too late last night, but whatever. I had a nice time spending time with my husband, and that's always a good thing. Before I get into my weekly weigh-in progress, we're going to jump over to how I make fajitas. So if you don't want to see that again, you can just jump ahead. If you like fajitas, please go ahead and just drop a comment below and tell me like where you like fajitas from, or if you make your own. My favorite fajitas are from a restaurant in Oregon called Mazatlan, and their fajitas are so good. I really like fajitas. I'm from Southern California. Mexican food is really popular down there. I enjoy eating a lot of like that American style Mexican food. It's just simple takes on like classics. Like I don't know how to make a Mazatlan duplicate, so I just use like taco seasoning, season the chicken and vegetables. But I am really interested in a more natural selection of seasonings, but I'm always scared to try new things. So it's a little challenging to want to veer off from the recipe that I've been eating for several years now. We first started it when we were camping. Yes, we made the fajitas while we were camping, and it was so much fun. I used to eat them with tortillas, and now I eat them with one low carb tortilla, and I tear it up and I put it into my salad, and then I have a salad, and it really saves on those calories, and it's really tasty. I really enjoy it altogether. So yeah, so here is the fajita stuff, and then we will jump on over into the weigh-in. I began the process of making fajitas by cutting up a green pepper. I first cut the pepper into halves, and then I took one half and saved it for later, and I cut the half that was remaining into smaller segments for the fajitas. I repeated this process with the red and green peppers after this. After cutting up the peppers, I proceeded to peel an onion, and then I cut that in half, saved half for later, and sliced up the remaining half, and then I pulled it apart into littler pieces. Once I had the vegetables prepared, I heated my pan on a medium-high heat, and then I added a tablespoon of oil. I usually use virgin olive oil, but this time I used canola oil because it's all I had. So this was the peppers, and then whenever they were sauteed, I put them into the bowl and cooked the chicken next. I had to first cut up the chicken, so I took a pound of chicken and I sliced it up into small pieces, and then cooked it in the same pan that I had cooked the peppers. To season my fajitas, I took 6 teaspoons, which is 2 tablespoons, of McCormick taco seasoning, and I mixed it with a half cup of water, and then I poured it in with my chicken and peppers, and I just cooked it until the sauce is reduced. I prepared my salad with fresh romaine lettuce, cut up carb-balanced flour tortillas, and then I combined the two and topped it with the chicken. I added 2 tablespoons of guacamole and 2 tablespoons of sour cream, which is a serving of each. The final ingredient I used was shredded cheese, and I used a half a serving, which was 1/8 of a cup. I topped my salad with it, and voila! My salad was ready to be consumed, and it was delicious. My cat is at the door scratching to get out. Why are you scratching to get out? He's looking at me. You're talking about me. Why aren't you letting me out, Mama? Michael, come on. Come on. Come on. I'm trying to get him away from the door. Okay, anyways, so that was my fajita recipe. Please don't judge. Don't like come after me because it's not, you know, an authentic, awesome recipe and it's super simplified. It's all that I know how to make and it's good. So I enjoy it, and yeah, and maybe you'll like it too. I'll share, you know, the information, the calorie and recipe information down in the description. So if you're interested in that, you can see it. You can see the ingredients and the measurements visually written down as instructions. So yeah, I'm gonna go through and take the time to do that. Yes, I am. That is one thing I'm gonna do. I am going to do that. I'm going to remember. Okay, anyways, I don't need to write it down. Okay, weekly weigh-in. Here we go. Boom. My weekly weigh-in results are 0.9 down from last week. Well, from last Sunday. So from Sunday to Wednesday, I lost 0.9 pounds, which I am really stoked about. I think that's awesome. And my weight has been going down more in a downward trend lately, which I'm very happy about. I've also been taking magnesium supplements and potassium supplements because honestly I struggle with getting all my veggies in. That is something that I could definitely work on as a human being, is getting more vegetables in. But for now I'm trying these magnesium and potassium, and I don't recommend anything to you. I'm not a doctor or a nutritionist or dietitian or anything knowledgeable. I just research stuff on water retention and why I might be retaining water, because my weight was going back up again after I was down at 229, and I was really discouraged and frustrated. So ever since I've been taking these pills, my weight has been going down again. And I don't know if it's just a thing where my weight's going down right now or if it's legitimately the vitamins helping. So I think in like 2 weeks, if the weight is still on a downward trend, then I'll know that it's helping with the water retention and helping me just keep the water weight off. So anyways, I am 18.5 pounds down since when I started back in June. I am super excited about it. I'm so close to being 20 pounds down, and then I get to do a little dance and celebrate with some pictures, because that's how I celebrate being down every 10 pounds. So I've lost the 18.5 pounds and I'm super stoked about it. I feel really proud of myself. This shirt fits better. It's like an extra large from Walmart, I think. I don't even know what size it is, but it actually covers my belly now, so I'm like really excited about that. Each time that my shirt starts to fit better, I'm like, score! Yeah, I always have to wear an undershirt just to keep my belly covered so that it fits tightly and snugly against my belly. Let me set this down. Ooh. I don't know how stable that is. I'll show you guys what I mean. So this is my shirt. And there's my undershirt. It's very stretchy and I always wear it against my body because my shirts rise up and then they expose my belly like up to here, you know, and my belly fat hangs out. So, and I don't like wearing my pants up here unless I'm exercising. This one actually fits right now. See? It's so cool. It has like, it's loose around my belly. And I think that is pretty darn amazing because it doesn't normally fit like this. Non-scale victory for the win, right? Yes, I've got to focus on the small things. Have you had any non-scale victories lately that you want to share? If you do, please drop them in the comments so I can cheer you on. And go ahead and drop a heart emoji this week if you watched all the way through. And please like and subscribe to help my channel out. I'd really appreciate it. And I appreciate you for watching. So thanks so much for tuning in and I'll see you next week. Bye.